He's coming with me.
It's girls like you who get men like me locked away from our wives in the first place.
What does that mean?
Whores. You were the king's whore. He's dead. You're nobody now.
You can be married to her, you can be sleeping with her, but you're never gonna get in between us.
Not trying to, buddy.
I'm not trying to.
Exactly.
This is our world! Our world, Mother, and that's what love is, real love!
Kaya di na paura, bro. Agum, lembrado tu a me. David, ne aveva paura niente, ma anche morì. Ma tu non sai che significa. Easy.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel. Madmen. Let's go, Madmen. We're here. I'm recording 2 final episodes of season 4, and I'm loving Mad Men right now. So many great discussions to have about this show, man. It's just great in any regards you take it. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We have 3 more seasons to go after this one, so we're gonna be here for a while. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Let's jump into the reaction. See you guys right after for the review.
First, I want to assure you that no one at my agency knows about this meeting. I have my own thoughts, but how would you describe, well, your current frustrations?
During the war, Heinz was all about bean. Now, obviously, ketchup is king. I'm happy for the company, but I'm afraid we've become the fading older sister.
So funny that
So,
Heinz is still
ketchup,
around to this day,
chili
and
sauce
it's
and
like
soup end up over at TDB, and
used to be my favorite brand
vinegar
of
sauces
ketchup.
and
No,
beans
no
end up
joke.
ketchup cloud.
I don't know why I'm disappointed. I just thought they would talk me out of it.
Obviously, you don't know what kind of client you are.
Well, I know that despite the public's imagination, food is cyclical. But I mean literally. There's a time for beans, and there's a time for ketchup. But I don't have that
Okay.
time, so I want to force the issue. Humor worked with the pickles, but pickles are funny. The way beans are funny, we can't use that. We have to fight it, actually.
It's very possible that Heinz beans don't need to be funny, because they're food, not a condiment. They're substantial.
You know, I'd love to have that conversation. Maybe 6 to 8 months from now, you can call me with a humdinger.
How about 6 days?
No, this is my point. I want to move. There's a breaking in period that's months.
It's true, but
I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I don't know that your company will be here in 6 months.
I do.
That's what I'm hoping. That's why my answer is not no. It's just not now. Because I can't afford to move my business a 3rd time in 2 years. I just can't. So, that's where we are.
Hold on. Raymond, I will have an exciting idea. I happen to know that. Would a discounted commission make up for the break-in period?
I bet I could get a date with your mother right now.
I can see why I don't want to let this go.
Look, Don, you're a hell of an idea man. But let the account boys do this part. I wish you the best of luck.
It was really great to meet you.
Damn.
Excuse me, waiter?
Sally, Bobby. How come we never eat with Henry?
First of all, he works until late, and you're always saying I'm hungry.
I'll try new food.
Would you like to eat with Henry?
Why don't Bobby and Jean eat first, and I'll wait to eat with you and Henry?
Okay.
She wants to eat with the grown-ups.
Let me think about it.
You're paying me to assess your situation, but I could have told you from 3 blocks away that signing new business, no matter what the size, is of the essence. Not only because your billings have shrunk by 50%, but because there's not much time before you'll be perceived as stagnant. I recommend that you do what you do best, cigarettes. You understand the FTC, you understand Surgeon General, you have a team in place, and of course, you have Don. You are a certain kind of girl, and tobacco is your ideal boyfriend.
Can you get us a date?
Philip Morris is introducing a new brand for young women, hoping to have it on the market in 18 months.
How much is it?
Close to $5 million.
Wonderful.
And what stage of the process has your influence brought us?
A meeting. No one else has one.
We will listen more than we will speak.
Like a good girlfriend.
Great.
I can count.
Yo.
Our day-to-day payroll will be beyond us by the next billing cycle. Just start thinking about reducing staff and subletting the square footage.
Why even have an office? Things go in streaks. And Don Draper with a cigarette company, we get this vote of confidence and we move from there.
You know, Beans, Vinegars, and Sauces was very impressed.
Thank you for that. But thank you much more for this.
Good. Jeff's excited. Study up. I have dinner plans, but call me tonight. Even if it's just to work.
You don't even know he got old girl in the background that he just smashed. This dude. Oh, Glenn's playing football now. Okay,
Well,
Glenn.
you're there all the time.
I see you.
What do you talk about? Yeah, but psychiatrists are easy to fool.
Dr. Edna's smart.
Did she tell you to kiss your mom's ass?
No.
So who's smarter, me or her? You want one?
No.
I guess Glenn only likes
Do you talk
Sally
to your
because
mom
she's
about
like the second coming of
I did.
Betty.
I don't anymore.
She doesn't like me. She thinks she doesn't like kids.
So what?
Kids are weird.
I gotta go.
Okay. See you later, alligator.
I told her I brushed my teeth. She said I still smelled like spaghetti. I brushed my teeth again.
And what did she do?
She doesn't care what the truth is, as long as I do what she says. Got any sevens?
Nope. Go fish.
I hate sevens.
Why?
I just do.
You just hate a number?
I'm very proud of how you found a way to behave so well. It's hard to control ourselves when we get so angry.
She just doesn't know that I'm mad.
I told you your mom acts that way because she has stresses. Not because you're bad or that you did anything wrong. Do you have any aces?
No. Go fish.
So now that you're back in school, we probably should be seeing a little less of each other. Just one day a week.
Okay. Do you have any threes?
I said I'm very proud of you. Did you hear that?
Do you have any jacks?
It was the way he slammed the car door like that. It was so dismissive. It reminded me of Don. When I confronted him later, it turned out he hadn't heard me.
She talking about Henry?
Didn't you? I did. Time's almost up. So I thought that I should tell you that I believe Sally has made wonderful progress.
So she's cured?
Did I say she's
not
cured?
better. She ran away.
And she's been very responsible since.
Her life is chaotic. And I'm afraid of losing this influence.
I've noticed that every time you come in here, you have many things on your mind. And I feel that you should have your own time. I have a very talented colleague, Dr. Evelyn Shapiro, whom I can recommend. Betty, you can talk to me. But you know, I'm a child psychiatrist.
I don't need a psychiatrist. Obviously, I'm willing to do whatever you recommend as Sally progresses.
He's
And I
trying to
would
tell
hope,
you that you need help.
Of course, that if she continues to make progress, that we could continue to discuss that.
Of course. So I'll keep you in the books for next month.
She's trying to tell her to go get help somewhere else.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did you do all the reading?
Yes.
If strategy comes up, and it usually doesn't at this point, what do you think they think the strength is of this product?
Pointless to get women to switch from men's brands. Nobody switches. They're probably looking for a new way to give them up for free.
Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Draper, Dr. Atherton's on his way up. The partners are gathering in the lobby.
I was saying you're gonna do great.
Oh no. Coming without the
Morning.
client? The meeting fell through.
I'm afraid I have some unfortunate news. They canceled the meeting.
Are you kidding me?
They decided to give it to Leo Burnett. They're excited to see where you are in 6 months.
6 months means never. They're letting us die.
Down the road, perhaps. There's no reason to be discouraged.
Damn, they can't catch a
It's
break
blowing ice
right.
cold out there. We can't even get a meeting with a damn tobacco account.
Take it inside.
Ooh.
You're an asshole. You know that?
Damn.
I can't even dignify us with an excuse.
You don't need an excuse. It's because we're desperate. They can smell it on us. We reek of it like some sweaty salesman knocking on his last door.
Because we're going after scraps.
I'm out there beating the bushes every day for anything.
You should try it.
Just out of caution, I met with the bank.
You went to the bank. There's a vote of confidence.
$100,000 each from the senior partners and $50,000 for Mr. Campbell and I would buy us 6 months or so, provided we make a drastic reduction in staff.
It's an obligation of your contract.
All we need is a bridge to cold and flu season, and Vicks will take us to the holidays.
It's a hardship for me as well, but it's a necessity.
We should move. We should never have been here.
You think we look desperate now?
If you figure it out, you know where to find me. For a little while, anyway.
Philip Morris set up the meeting, then told Leo Burnett about it to leverage a sweeter deal.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Everyone at Burnett's already bragging about how we never even got a meeting. I want to know why I'm being punished for being the only business left around here. I don't have that kind of money.
Pete, I'm doing everything I can. Get me in a room.
Everybody's waiting in the conference room.
For what?
Well, we were all gonna leave when you left, but you didn't go, so. What should we do?
I don't care. Absolutely nothing.
What are we gonna do?
Peggy, it's not your problem.
I have been thinking about the company, and I was wondering what you thought about. Why don't we just change our name? If this was a dog food, we'd change the name.
We can't start over. We just started.
You always say if you don't like what they're saying about you, change the conversation.
To what?
So there's nothing we can do?
And keep typing while the walls fall down around us because we're creative. The least important, most important thing there is.
Can I start looking? I'm so in love with Greenwich.
We're not buying a house, Trudy. The partners each need to put in a lump sum to keep the payroll we have going.
What? How much?
$50,000, and we have 22 in the bank, which will remain for the baby.
It's all for the baby. For Tammy to have a yard to run around in.
Oh,
you
damn.
bet big and lose, you don't double down.
It's in my contract.
You'll lose your stateroom on the Titanic? You are forbidden to give anything more to that company.
Forbidden.
You don't get to forbid me.
Lower your voice. Don't even think about asking my father.
I'm not gonna pause to talk about that. I'll just talk about it at the end. Is he gonna throw this out? Damn.
I'm quitting tobacco. My advertising agency ended a long relationship with Lucky
Didn't he try to quit drinking too?
And I'm relieved. For over 25 years, we devoted ourselves to peddling a product for which good work is irrelevant. People can't stop themselves from buying it. A product that never improves and makes people unhappy. A lot of money. Our entire business depended on it. And then when Lucky Strike moved their business elsewhere, I realized here was my chance to be someone who can sleep at night. What I'm selling doesn't kill my customers. So as of today, Sterling Cooper Draper Pryce will no longer take tobacco accounts. If you're interested in cigarette work, here's a list of agencies that do it well. BB
Damn.
Leo Burnett, McCann
God
Erickson,
damn.
Cutler, Gleason and Shaw.
Yo, that is a yo, the strategy is savage, bro. Yo, he's like, yo, that's crazy. The strategy, yo, Don is a G, man. Maybe a shitty person, you know what I'm saying, for the stuff that he's done, but that boy can sell, man. Oof. It's a marketing genius, man.
We welcome all other
like, get off my nuts.
That our best work is still.
Good morning. Any calls?
Yes, quite a few. Mostly reporters and citizens. Dr. Miller.
Anyone else?
Someone named Emerson Foote. And, people from those agencies you mentioned.
Can you get Dr. Miller?
Somebody used your name to end our business in the newspaper.
It's suicide. It's insane. How the hell could you do this? Why would you do this?
Because someone had to do something.
Should have consulted us.
Why? To evaluate its strengths and weaknesses, to knock it down to risk versus reward? It's done.
No one asked you to euthanize this company.
What did you expect? For us to pat you on the back?
You guys are idiots. Fuck out of here. You guys are idiots. If they really not seeing this, Are they really not seeing what Don did? Am I the only person in the room right now that knows what just happened? Bro, don't get me wrong. It's risky what he did, but I think it will work out. He's gonna get a lot of people are gonna want to do business with you because of your ethics. You get what I'm saying? So people are going to be like, oh, you know what, if we go with these guys, they might just be able to, you know what I'm saying? They're the good guys in this situation. Bruh, I don't know what.
Don't you realize the clients are all going to think you could turn on them at any minute?
It's an ad for this agency. If you don't understand it, then you shouldn't be in this business.
You humiliated us by not putting our names on it.
So deny it! I did what I thought was best for the company. You can either back me or not.
You did what was best for you. Because you're impatient and childish.
So no one is happy about this.
It's good not to be the reason this place went down anymore.
There's someone calling from Senator Kennedy's office. Robert Kennedy wants to speak with you.
The president. Yeah, it is. No.
Please hold for the senator.
Oh, that's the senator. I'm talking about the president. President. Bobby, he's the brother.
Well, thank you, Senator.
Bobby, please, listen.
It's very flattering.
I have one question. Does your company represent C-Core Laxatives?
Yes, we do.
Writing anything against them? Because I want to make it clear that I am, firmly anti-laxative.
It's a prank call?
Thanks, time.
Man, they got me too.
Where did that run you?
Joking. You're cynical and craven. Tobacco put a roof over your head, and it fed your children. I never thought you had the stomach for a partnership. I'm no longer part of this agency.
Calm down.
I will not. We've created a monster.
They don't see they don't see it.
I've already informed the other partners. I'll need your contribution by close of business, as it were. You realize I've just moved my family back here.
Like, I care. Your wife, didn't she leave?
I'm terribly sorry about that.
Okay, that'll be all.
By the way, I love the letter. I love that you stand for something. I know that part. I know it was about he didn't dump me, I dumped him. I just love that you did it. It feels different around here.
Listen, a lot of people might not believe in your ideas, but I think that is brilliant.
Should I sit down?
Who can you live without?
Oh, good. I mean, not good, but, you know,
Lane sent over a memo with suggestions. All of the tobacco people, Mark Coyle, Wozna, the Polish kid, Danny and Bill.
That's a lot of people. Are we going under?
No. I just wanted to give you notice so when they all come to you, you'll know what's going on. So, you haven't said anything about the letter.
I thought you didn't go in for those kinds of shenanigans.
Are you serious? This
Sally
is not...
Draper, stop, both of you. What are you doing here?
Glenn just takes off.
You stay away from her, you hear me?
Bruh. Betty. Come on, man.
I told you, he's my friend. We don't do anything.
That boy is bad. Believe me. I know him better than you do.
You don't know him at all.
Go to your room.
You stop by.
Yes, glad to see you smiling.
Well, they all want to kill me, but I have a bodyguard. What's this?
My things. We had to resign. He wants another cigarette account someday.
I'm so sorry. I didn't think about that.
I know.
I'm really sorry.
But at least she's not mad about it. I guess, I don't know if it's...
So, you're gonna make it through this day, and you're gonna leave this office, meet me for dinner, in the open, wherever I want, and we're gonna talk about anything but work. We can do that now.
Okay.
the fair trade.
Good woman. I don't know. I'm warming up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had quite a day. It's this neighborhood. It's being taken over by low-caliber people. I think it's time for us to move.
You know how I feel about it. I like that place in Rye.
Right? Isn't that where Playland is?
Not that she cares. Maybe finally, you could get out of Don's house.
Don, you ever gonna call back the American Cancer Society? They tried you twice this morning.
I saw that. It's a joke.
They want us to come in and meet about an anti-smoking campaign. Took me about 5 minutes to stop laughing. I hope I didn't blow it.
Well, that's interesting, right?
Public service. Free work. That's just what we should be doing right now.
Someone called us. We could have new work on the air.
There's a lot of bigwigs on the board.
How do you
Under
guys
normal
not see the
circumstances, I consider
opportunity
this an
here?
opportunity. Absolutely.
Yes, Don saved the company. Now go get rid of half of it.
We should probably stay in here.
Man, this final episode is gonna be, I don't know
Well, I had
about
to go
what,
learn a bunch
but
of people's names before I fire them.
I know you said the end of business today, but that money, I don't have it.
Calm yourself. Don paid your share.
What?
Perhaps you weren't supposed to know that.
wonder if he's gonna be mad about it or. Oh, okay. So what we do as men, we take care of our own. That should be the slogan. Yeah, man, I was part of a downsizing once. It's not nice when you get that email. I mean, they don't even call you in
It was my pleasure.
face to face. They just write you an email. Your turn. This finale should be good. Yeah, let's talk about it. This was episode 12 of season 4, man. And this has been such an interesting season of Mad Men because they concentrated more on the business side of things than moving and being a startup again, starting over the business. They concentrated mostly on that this season, and it shows that we're going a little bit more in depth on the characters' lives and how they handle this kind of stress and stuff like that, because I was rooting for them. Earlier this season, I was rooting. I'm all on board for, them, becoming successful in doing an ad. But, when stuff happens in business, you got to deal with it. You can't just put it aside and say, oh, I'm not going to deal with this. You have to deal with it. So, the reason why I said there at the end is like, that's what we do. We take care of our own, is because that is something that I would do. That is exactly something that I would do in my business if I have a partner that I'm working with and I know that they have a baby on the way. And I'm pretty sure Don puts everything into perspective. He did say, who did he tell that he didn't have the money? I think it was Don that he told that he don't have the money to do this. So Don took it up on himself to pay his own. You know what I'm saying? To pay his share of it, which Don has the money. You get what I'm saying? They have the money. Don, Sterling, and Cooper. Maybe not so much Pryce. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Because him and Pete was kind of coming from the same level in a way. He probably made more than Pete over his career, but at the same time, it's like Pete was the youngest partner. He was the youngest partner, and he was also the most. I want to say he's fresh. So he's fresh in the business pretty much. He doesn't have that much experience in the business, but he's a partner nonetheless. So there's obligations to that as well. But at the same time, it's just like it just reminds me of something that I would do for somebody if I knew their circumstances and stuff like that, and we have to keep the business afloat. Don knows what he's doing. Nobody believes in it, but I'm gonna tell you why it was a brilliant strategy. Because not only does it come with a huge risk, right? It comes at a huge risk, as they all was down on him for. But you see, I'm such an optimistic opportunist, right? I'm the type of person, when I'm looking at business and I always concentrate on what an idea can do versus what the negatives are. So I concentrate more on what the positive turnout of it versus the negative turnout of an idea, right? And they were concentrating on the negative things that could come through him writing that article, that story, right? And I was thinking about all the positives that could happen, because now you have a stance. So now guess what? All the businesses that have been against tobacco, killing people and all of this other stuff, or people getting cancer and all of this other stuff from tobacco, and all of those people are going to want to do business with you now, because you know what I'm saying? Because it was a huge thing. Now, don't get me wrong, cigarettes, that ain't going nowhere. As long as we live on this earth, unless there is a apocalyptic event that happens, and even then, I think cigarettes are still going to be around. Cigarettes ain't going nowhere. No matter how much we complain, no matter how much we think it's killing people, people are still going to be smoking cigarettes. And no matter how many campaigns are out there saying cigarettes are bad and it gives you cancer and all that, people are still going to, because they believe they're going to be in that small percentage of people that actually can smoke cigarettes their whole life and they never get cancer. So it's going to be around. There's just some battles you're just not going to win. But at the same time, if you stand for something, it's kind of like with, if you have a Christian business, right? If you have a Christian business, if you're saying that you're Christian and you believe in the Bible, but you know what I'm saying, like you won't accept certain things, right? Like you won't allow certain things to happen because of your biblical standards. That's cool. But guess what? People that believe the same, that believe in the Bible, even though they're not Christian, might want to do business with you, right? They might want to do business with you because you're standing with them and you're out there. You're public about it, right? People love to do business with people who stand for something. I don't know what that's about. We could say that when it comes on to these older companies that are in the States as well, a lot of them are very traditional in what they do. A lot of mom and pop shops and stuff like that, they're very traditional in things that they do. That's why people fight so hard to keep certain things in play, because they don't want things to change, right? They don't want things to change, because a lot of times, like a lot of the communities nowadays that are getting gentrified and stuff like that, right? You essentially take a bad neighborhood and you move in like middle class people into that neighborhood, build better houses and stuff like that, and then you take your time and you move middle class people into those areas become better, and it unfortunately pushes out the poor people that used to live in that area, or the affordability of that area goes way under, right? So less people can now afford to live there because you've come in, you've made everything brand new and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff, people fight against that stuff because, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, it's good and bad, because for everything that happens, something else, for something to move in, something got to move out, right? So it is what it is. So I love the fact that they implement those things into the story, because certain things will happen that causes you to rethink what you want to do for your business. And sometimes you got to take the drastic approach. Sometimes you got to take that huge risk to see if it will pay off on the positives of what the idea is going forward. sometimes you have to take that risk. You don't have a choice. I mean, they had a choice. They were trying to keep as many employees as they can and pay and see. But the thing about it is that I like the fact that Don was a little bit more proactive about resolving this issue, and it was a great strategy. Even though, yes, they may be laughing now, but I think we're gonna come out on top, and I'm gonna watch it take place. This business aspects of it got me riled up a little bit because I love talk business. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Leave a like, leave a comment. Catch you guys for the next one, man. Peace.